Does this feel like your cleaning business? Try a better solution with Cleantelligent software. Cleantelligent makes it easy to run your business from your computer or mobile device. Use Cleantelligent software and watch your worries disappear. You can perform inspections anywhere, anytime. Work orders can be submitted instantly online without a paper trail. Improve your productivity with customizable job scheduling. And much more. Cleantelligent has helped cleaning companies around the world dramatically increase their productivity and win new business worth millions of dollars. Request a free demo today at cleantelligent.com/demo. And find out how we can simplify your cleaning business needs.
Welcome to our Cleancast. Thanks for joining us today. I hope that all of you had a very, very happy Thanksgiving weekend. I've titled today's Cleancast, "It's Only 5 Minutes." You know, do you want to increase your company profits? And you want to do it pretty simply? Most people will say, well, I can increase my profits if I increase my sales. There are ways that you can increase profit without increasing sales at all. And assuming for the moment that you want to increase your profits, let's talk a little bit about that. You know, researchers have said that the average 4-hour employee will actually work about 3.5 hours. They waste about a half hour out of a 4-hour shift. And an 8-hour employee will work an average of about 5.5 hours. So they'll waste about 2.5 hours of their 8 hours. That's even worse, isn't it? So think about that. Well, you know, I created a chart a few years back, and I entitled it, "It's Only 5 Minutes." And what I did is, along the left-hand side here, we have our different hourly rates that you would have. And then I took a chart across here, and I just said if you had 5 employees, 10, 25, 50, 100, 250, 500, 1,000, and 2,000. And then I didn't go past the 2,000. But and I said, what if we just wasted 5 minutes a day? And what I did is I based it on working 254 days a year. That means 6 holidays you'd be off. And I used 20% for overhead costs, which included FICA and state and federal unemployment, general liability, workers' comp, the things that are tied to your actual payroll. Some of you will say, mine's only 17. Okay, someone is going to say it's 34. But just as an example, if you're paying $10 an hour, that really means that you're paying $12 an hour with the 20% on top of that. I have a whole new podcast coming out on that later on. But, you know, your real cost is what you really have to pay, not just what you're paying the employee. Now, you're probably saying, Dick, I knew that. Yeah, well, many people don't. But let's say that you're paying $10 an hour, and let's, just for the sake of argument, say that you have 25 employees. 5 minutes a day wasted by 25 employees that you're paying $10 an hour to costs you $6,300 a year, $525 a month. Now, I would venture to guess, now I'm not sure about this, but I would venture to guess that most of your employees, and I know most of mine, probably waste more than 5 minutes a day. Would you give me that? I always took this chart, and by the way, you can download this chart if you want to go to my website. It's free, consultantsinCleaning.com. and click on the worksheets icon, and then click down or drill down to the operations part of my worksheets, and that chart will be there, and you can download it. And I didn't use it in an effort to browbeat people, but I just wanted to make them conscious of the things that we do that can waste time in a night. And so we would about twice a year, or once a year at least, we would take this chart and review it at our supervisors' meetings, and then up to the supervisors where they took it from there. But and since many of them were on an incentive program, I'm hoping they would take it. And I would tell you also, I have an example of that. Some of you may have heard this, and if you've heard it before, don't stop me. But I have a very good example of wasting time, and that is a building that I had that was a 7-story building. I had 4 4-hour people in it, and we were getting a lot of little nitpicky complaints. You know, the kind that, well, we saw gum wrappers in the staircases last night, and we found one tissue dispenser that was not quite full, or it was empty. And you know, just things like that are annoying but not major. And those are annoying and not major things are the things that become very annoying, very, very annoying, and of course very, very major and lose accounts. And we get a little strained between our relationship. Well, my employees kept telling me that if you will only give us, each of us, if you will give each of us 15 more minutes a night, your problem would be solved. And instead of this is really a 17-hour night building instead of a 16-hour night building. So after some deliberation and spending a little bit of time, I said, okay, I'll try to sell it. So I called my customer, and I said to her, you know, I'd like to talk to you about this, and she said, fine, I'm here. Everybody else is gone, but you better be here by 5 or I'm leaving, you know, after the office is closed. So I went, 5 o'clock, I'm in her office. I sweat, blood, tears, and you know, there's a song about that, blood, sweat, no, there's a group that way, blood, sweat, and tears. And about 6:15, she finally agrees to the increase of 1 hour a night. So I say thank you, and I'm you know, literally I'm sweating because this gal was tough. I did a lot of work for her, but she was tough. And so I thought, as I'm leaving the building, I'm just going to go on down to the lower level where there's a canteen and get me a soda because I'm really thirsty. I'm tired. And this is now 20 minutes after 6, and I walk into the canteen, and there sits all 4 of my employees having a soda and visiting. And so I said to them, you know, I've just come from Mrs. Hill's office, and we had a very frank, open discussion, and I was able to get you the extra hour that you wanted. And now I come down here to get a soda before I go home, and I find that each of you is 20 minutes later is still sitting here. So that's 80 minutes. We've already wasted an hour and a half tonight before we even go to work. So now you got 14 and a half hours to get the work done. And I said it in a very nice way, but you know, you don't want to fire them all, right? But anyway, their answer to me was one that was profound. It was really profound, and I'm sure that you'll agree that it was accurate. They said, Mr. Aulick, this is the first time we've ever done that. You believe that? So anyway, I obviously wasn't going to fire 4 employees because I was going to clean a 7-story building by myself if I did. So I proceeded to make plans to take them to lunch and buy theirs to go, which is another way of saying to replace them. But I was really upset, you know, when that, because I had really worked hard and I felt they were shooting straight with me. So anyway, we wasted 90 minutes or 80 minutes that night. And how many nights? 21.7 nights in a month times 80 minutes. I don't want to hear it. But use the chart. It's kind of interesting. It's just a little bit of just a reminder to people that what wasting time really costs a company, what it, when the customer calls and says to you that something wasn't clean, something wasn't done right, was it because you didn't have the time or you didn't take the time? Thanks for watching us. See you next time.